Among other locations, this film was shot at the Blair Athol Estate, which lies north of Pitlochry in the central Scottish Highlands. The castle was built in the Middle Ages, and the first Duke of Athol was installed in 1703. The duchy had its own army, and Blair Castle today is one of Scotland's most visited museums, which besides its historic interior, also boasts a unique collection of weapons. Blair Athol Estate is big, covering an area of 125,000 acres, and there is a long-standing tradition for stalking red deer. But let's start our hunting story in northeastern Scotland. We're at Royal Deeside, where George McCara is the stalker on the Kincardine estates. George stalks with Torben, who's booked a week's roebuck stalking. The terrain is typical for this part of Scotland. New trees, woods, ferns and heather-clad reaches, as well as fertile fields bisected by murmuring watercourses, all make Kincardine an ideal biotope for roe deer. And George, who knows his roe deer, can present Torben with a buck as early as his first morning. But is it shootable? It's approved, and the stalk can begin. The buck that signalled a high, slightly rearward placed shot is killed on the spot. A spiker was undisturbed by the shot, but the sight of the two hunters was too much for it. Torben's first Scottish trophy was a normal roebuck, not the biggest in the world, but typical for Kincardine. During gralloching, as they say in Scotland, a foot is placed on the neck. This is the Scottish method. George is at work and for a moment forgets Torben. The month is July, where a week's roebuck stalking on the Kincardine estate in ideal weather conditions makes it possible to shoot 6 to 8 roebuck. But Torben settles for 2. Let's follow his next stalk. Suddenly, the buck changes direction. It jumps into a field of stubble and breaks into a trot. With the bale of hay as a butt, the roebuck is hit in the shoulder and immediately disappears, running wildly across the field.
You knew there's something here and he stood there and stood there. You held too long, that's the trouble, you just hold a long time.
There's a clear, vivid blood track, and a roebuck is lying dead less than 50 yards from the place where it was hit.
That's why he's very insistent, he didn't know what happened. I think it's like the appointment. Let's go to see.
And here is a memento for the record book. But Scotland is more than roebuck stalking. It's also a mecca for fly fishing. During our journey, we met a retired colonel who is 96 years old and has been fishing in this pool for 74 years. He comes to the same place year after year. He never catches anything, but like the hunters, he will keep on coming back until he is no longer able to. We're back at the Blair Athol estate in the heart of the Scottish Highlands. It's October now, and the roaring of the rutting red deer stag echoes across the hills. Torben and Paul Eric have arranged to meet the estate's head keeper in the heart of this magnificent countryside. Let's hear what Sandy has to say.
Our paramount job really is to take out any poor, injured, or, something beast that doesn't look 100%. And old stags or a poor young stag. And we don't really shoot trophy heads unless, if it's an old stag and he's got a good head, that's the hunter's luck. If he's there on the right day at the right time. We have some good, as you would see, there's some very good stags. But, we like to leave them until they're mature, anyway, well on in the years. At the moment, we shoot maybe 100 stags, 250 hinds, 5,000 pheasants, and we have fishing on the river too. And also 200 or 300 brace of grouse. I suppose, on the whole, the shooting is very good. We don't have a lot of misses. Most of the people have very good rifles and telescopic sights. And ammunition now is very good, what it used to be. So, I mean, that's made a big difference. And most of them are fairly well prepared. We get an odd.
Torben and Paul Eric have been approved and are now ready to stalk Scottish Highland red deer. Paul Eric goes southwards, while Torben and Sandy prepare to stalk in the Highland. The red deer population at Blair Athol Estate is colossal. Herds of several hundred red deer are not unusual here, where stalking is still carried out in the old-fashioned manner with horses and a ponyman. Torben and Sandy disturb a herd of red deer as soon as they've climbed the first hill.
There is further in. We're against the sky, coming down here. We could have got down. Yeah. Very easy and shorter. Yeah. It's a very good start. Yeah. The best one we've seen today. Oh, well, that's a good one. We want to swing around too. A bit of a move anyway. What are we going to do?
Full of optimism, they continue their stalk. And after a few hours stalking, they spot 3 stags running directly towards them. There are 2 strong stags together with another in poor condition, which will probably not survive the winter and must therefore be shot. Hunters don't take up much room in the countryside, but Sandy knows his ground. so they stalk on towards the stag. Outsiders will probably be surprised that it's now Sandy who is carrying the rifle. Scottish stalkers know why.
Just get ready. He's just going to tell me. Just take him now. I think he's okay. Just give him a little moment. He's just gone down. That's okay. Right. Okay now. We can go forward. He's okay.
I'll just see it. Check the rifle in the pocket. Right then. Just walk forward.
The two remaining stags calmly withdraw as Torben and Sandy approach the dead stag, which went only a couple of 100 yards after being hit in the shoulder.
Old stag. There you go.
The stag is grallocked on the spot and is rapidly prepared for removal. From Sandy to Torben's record book. The stag has hardly been grallocked before the ponyman shows up from behind the ridge. He's an almost magical ability to stay at a discreet distance from the stalk itself while still keeping close at hand. Torben's stag isn't a royal. There's no trophy hit stalking in Scotland. Here it's first and foremost a question of culling the right beast.
I'll have that.